Okay, so it's been out for a little while, but this is actually the first time that I will be streaming Terraforming Mars with the Turmoil expansion. So I've only played it, I think, twice with this expansion, so I've got the rules out beside me. First couple of times we go through those steps, I'm going to be treading a little bit careful, making sure we get everything in order for that. If you are new to the Turmoil expansion, you've got a couple of new boards. You've got the political parties here, and whichever has majority at the end of a generation will dictate a policy the next generation, as well as this event board. And there's upcoming events that we can see on the horizon are brewing, and then as they slide down, new ones revealed, and then we activate one of these, and there might be a good or bad effect on the upcoming event. The first one here, if we've got 4 or more Earth tags plus influence, we will actually lose 2 terraform rating. And considering with the solo game we start on 14 and at -2 income, that is quite a lot. To have to try and make up would be down to 10 income. Yeah, really want to avoid that. I've already set up the neutral player cities and greenery and dealt out our starting hand to have a little look at our options here. So we've got 2 corporations, Predator, an Old Faithful, as well as Pristar, which yeah, I believe this is from this new expansion. So one actually where you gain points by not terraforming during a generation, and again you start with 2 less TR. In a solo game that may be a bit too much, but it is a healthy load of money to start with. And when we collect this resource, which is worth a point, we do get 6 money as well. That does mean if we aren't doing terraforming early, we've got a few extra credits to play with. Our Prelude cards, we've got Supplier, Early Settlement, Biofuels, and Supply Drop. So lots of options for energy and plants. Haven't quite got this set up correctly. The green is what is being removed from the image, but we know those are plants. So let's have a look at our cards. Peroxide Power, greenhouses, probably not. Titan Air Scraping, basically a long-winded way of turning titanium into TR, probably not. Interstellar Colony, lots of points. Okay, this is a new card. Some of these will have requirements for particular parties to be ruling or for you to have multiple delegates there. It's not a bad card if we can get the scientists into play. It is worth a science tag here, which when certain parties are in power, you can just see down here, the scientist, you will get 1 credit for every science tag. So that would combo quite well. We could have this out. We've got photosynthesis as well. Nice early plants or power, again with a science tag. Noctis City. If we go for supply drop, that could be a good way of getting our income back early. Barrel enhancers, I quite like that one. Deep well heating. Atmos Scoop. It's a good way of getting some terraforming steps done, as long as we get those science tags. It's not a huge saving. It would basically cost us 25, but for the Venus steps they'd normally cost 30. I think if we look at maybe Predator, playing then an expensive card, we do get some money back, but I feel we should give Pristar a chance since they're a new corporation for this. Yeah, let's go with those. I do like our options with these science tags though. It's just whether we take this as well. Let's go for it. And I think maybe we'll go heavy on collecting some power. So we can gather that heat up. We'll be gaining a few extra credits as we're doing it by not terraforming straight away. So early settlement's not great, just placing that city and getting one step on the greenery. So it'll be between these. We'll go for the... yeah, let's go heavy for the power production. We can get our energy really high. That all converts over to heat 12 times. For each power we generate in the first round is 1.5 steps on the terraforming track, so that's pretty good. Although each plant production is, yeah, it's 1.5 greenery, but it's not worth it for that city. So we'll go with supplier and biofuels. Discard these. And if we're keeping 6 cards, yeah, that's not awful. But we have to choose 3 of these colonies. Alright, so Miranda getting animals is really only for points. So these other 3 at least can be useful, and that heat works well for us. We do have an event on the horizon, which is the global dust storm, which does mean we will lose all heat. So we want to avoid it before that point, but we will also lose money for building tags. Best to avoid that. Another reason not to take the early settlement there. Okay. Guard those bits out the way. And all of these colonies can start producing again if we had gone for the animals on Miranda, because we have nowhere we could place animals, they wouldn't even start to build up. Yeah, that's pretty reasonable, I think. So out of our starting 53, we are spending 18. So that leaves us with what, 35? Oh yes, and we need to lose... noisy bike going past. Lose 2 TR. From our starting Prelude card, we are gaining 3 energy production, 1 greenery production, and 2 plants, as well as 4 steel. Excellent. So the bonus with the greens in power currently, if we do place a greenery on to Mars, we get 4 mega credits back, but we're probably not going to be able to do much with that. What I'd quite like to achieve, looking at the politics, is to get Calvinists into power. They do allow us for only 10 credits to get our energy and heat production increased by 1, so that's really good. And they've already got 1 neutral delegate here because of the matching symbol up here that was revealed. These symbols will activate when the event triggers, and these at the top are activated when the card is revealed. So we have 1 in the Unity Party and 1 in the Calvinist Party out here currently. Okay, so on our first round, it will be end of next round, any heat that we have left over will be lost, which unfortunately will be our starting power. Yeah, let's just check where in the, is it after production or before production we do? It's after colony production. So after we convert energy into heat, next generation we will lose all heat. So there isn't much point in us increasing our heat and our power this generation, so we could go with viral enhancers. Playing this for 9 mega credits just means when we play out a plant, microbe or animal tag, of which this is one, we gain a greenery. Let's do that for 9. We'll pay 10 and 1, and we'll gain 1 greenery since we've got nowhere we can place microbes currently. And we've got a reasonable amount of plants actually, so although I was talking about this card for the power, let's spend 12 to increase our plant production by 1. 3 change, 1 more plant production. Artificial synthesis. We've got 14 mega credits left, and I think what we'd do is spend all of that to increase the temperature 1 step. It gets us 1 more. Oh, actually, if we don't terraform, we get 6 mega credits this turn, so we're better off. We'll save our money and we will increase our power production. Yes, that's the best option. Okay, so we'll end our turn there. I'll advance the round tracker. I'm tracking it from 60 just so I don't have to keep reaching across. And just to make sure we're doing this in order, we check the game end step. Nope, we will do the world government. They will terraform. Let's have them terraform for the oxygen. We don't get any bonus from that. Colonies will produce. Oh, and sorry, 1 free action we forgot to do. We could place for free our neutral delegate, and for 5 credits we could bring out one of our delegates from here. Just see that there, 5 down. So there's no reason why we wouldn't, because that would swing control to the Calvinist that we wanted. So we then lose 1 TR because of the World Council, this new politics board. We start by losing 1 TR. We would perform the global event. There isn't one. So the leader of the dominant party becomes chairman. So that leaves the Calvinists in control. And we have their new policy tile available to us. The dominant party leader becomes chairman and they earn 1 TR, and that wasn't us, unfortunately. Possibly actually it would have been worth spending the money to be the chairman, but never mind. shift dominance, so the Unity Party is the only other party with any party members, so they become dominant, which means for another party to usurp them as the dominant party, you would then need 2 delegates, whichever party it would be, to take control. Then we will move the coming global event to current position. Covering the old global event, add its lower neutral delegate, so we get 1 influence to the Mars first, and he becomes the party chairman. And we reveal again for the Mars first party, and that will give them dominance. Looking at what's just been revealed, reduce TR by 4 steps, and each influence prevents 1 step. So that's pretty catastrophic. Yeah, we will need to make sure we avoid that. Oh, I forgot to do our production. I did say we were meant to do it before the world government, so we did decrease our TR by 1 step. It should have been at 12 minus 2, so we'll only make 10 credits. 2 plants and 4 heat, 4 energy. Wow, yeah, being this low on money is going to really scupper us. We aren't going to lose money here, but there's no real way we can avoid this -4. That's atrocious. Okay, so we get 1 more delegate we're going to get for free, and let's look at our 4 cards. Gain all your colony bonuses. We don't have any, and they probably seem a long way away. Algae would need 5 oceans. I like import GHGs. It's an earth tag, but we're unlikely to get 4 influence and lose the TR because of that. Although no, I think if we play this card this turn, we should be able to get that heat done, but we don't have any titanium, and we've only got 13 credits, and I'd prefer to spend that on the standard project. So let's spend 3 on imported GHGs, guarding these other cards. And we'll spend our 10 mega credits on this policy here, which gives us 1 heat production, 1 energy. And we'll place a neutral delegate, and the Greens are going to get a delegate soon. So let's add a delegate there so that they become party chairman. Okay, that is all we have. So we'll do our income, and we're now only getting 9 mega credits. Ah, no, we should have had 6 extra, and we add a resource onto our corporation here, because we didn't terraform in the first generation, and we aren't terraforming this generation, so we add 1 more resource. I'll get 6 mega credits. Excellent. We'll generate 2 more greenery. This will move across, and 5 energy, 1 heat. Okay, these colonies will advance. And I think the world government again will do the oxygen. So we will lose 1 TR down to 10. Then perform the current global event. Let's take a look at this. So count Earth tags and add our influence. We don't have any Earth tags. For influence, we have, if you're chairman, you get 1 influence. If you're leader of the dominant party, you gain 1 influence. And if you have 1 or more non-leader delegates in the dominant party, you get 1 influence. We have no influence and no Earth tags. So we don't need to worry. In the solo, it's lose TR if the sum is greater than 4. But actually with no influence or Earth tags, even under the normal rules, you have to have at least 1. So we aren't going to lose the effect from this. Then the dominant party becomes the ruling party. This guy will disappear. The party leader becomes chairman from Mars first. And this will just move round to unity. We'll go clockwise. Actually, yeah, that's which way does it go from? Left or right? So just checking through the rules. Someone may spot this in the rules before me. Step 3 of the turmoil phase of the solar phase. The new government, the dominant party becomes ruling. Then the ruling bonus is applied next to the old chairman and all delegates reserved. The party leader becomes the new chairman. What does it say about the new dominant party? Oh. Counted clockwise from the party that just became ruling. So presumably that would be Greens. So then we will move this event on and the Greens get another delegate. Perfect. This will move across and we add a neutral delegate to the Reds, the Radical Party, and he becomes leader because there's no one else already there. Perfect. Move the round marker on and let's have a look. So we've got the option underground detonation, a nice way to get that heat production up, and insulators to give us a use for the heat if we could completely terraform. Heather, steelworks. I think we need to take steelworks. We do have a good energy production already. That seems worthwhile. And if we're doing that, we probably don't need to hugely worry about the greenery from Heather. We've got some good options in our hand for increasing our energy production. So spending 19 to get 2 heat production would have to do it basically twice for it to really be worthwhile, above just paying the 11 for an energy step. So I think we'll just buy Steelworks. So picking up that 1 card costs us 3 mega credits, and I need us to get another delegate here. Okay, so thinking about what's coming up, we're going to lose all of our heat. We can't avoid that. And we're going to lose 2 mega credits for every building tag minus an influence. As things stand, we're going to become chairman. No. We will do that afterwards. So we are the leader of the dominant party, so we get 1 TR from that. And at the moment, we don't have any building tags, but if we're looking to play the Steelworks card we just picked up, we will have 1 building tag, but that will at least completely offset it. In order to try and mitigate this huge TR loss, we'll then also want to make sure for next round we're not only chairman, but we are leader of the dominant party that's coming next, and then also having a delegate in that position. So 1 influence is going to get added to the Calvinists for certain. We could get in there before them and add our neutral delegate, and then they will have 2 there, which will be more than any other party no matter what gets revealed. So let's go ahead and add our free delegate to the Calvinists. Oh, we should have changed. Okay, so I forgot to switch the tile, and it is Mars first. So I have got control of the Senate. We do not have any building tags, as we were just discussing, so we don't get the extra income from this. Having the Greens come to power, we do actually have 2 micro tags. That'd be quite nice. We'll get 2 mega credits from that as things stand. Okay, so we've gone ahead and put our 1 free delegate out onto the Calvinist party. Let's spend the 15. Actually, no. What I'd like to do is use this heat before we lose it. I was going to say let's spend 15 on Steelworks. Oh, actually, we might be able to do both. So Steelworks was my first thought, but then we would have only have had 3 credits left over, and if we were to play GHG, we'll have enough heat to do it. But actually, we do have some steel, so we could go ahead and play Steelworks using the steel to reduce the cost, and also get imported GHGs. Yes. Let's do the imported GHG first for 7. That gets us 1 heat production and 3 heat. We then have 8 heat, so we're going to do our first terraforming step. Raising the temperature, increasing our TR by 1. So we will not get our corporation bonus this generation. We are then looking at spending 8 steel. We need 7 credits. The Steelworks, and we go straight away using it. Using 4 energy, we will get 2 steel and increase the oxygen 1 step. Get the TR. Perfect. So we've still only got 1 building tag, so we've got enough delegates there currently. So I think I'm tempted for peroxide power. We would lose 2 credits though by putting this into play, because it would mean we'd have a second building tag and not enough influence to deal with it. So we'll keep it for next turn. We'll have more steel then as well, and we can get it out. Okay, so with our production, we're still at -2 income and 12 TR, so we gain only 10 credits. With that, 2 more plants, we've got enough to place a greenery, which is perfectly timed with the greens coming into power. We'll move across. We get 2 heat and 5 energy. Okay, so we'll move the colonies. I think I forgot to move this marker, but I have already dealt out enough stacks of 4 cards for every generation, so even if I do forget to move on the generation marker here, we aren't going to go 2 extra rounds. So we're going to lose 1 TR. We go down to 11. Oh, we didn't do the world government. They're going to, yeah, we'll have them increase the auction once. No, actually, let's do an ocean. Pop an ocean there. Okay, so from the current global event, taking influence into account, we get 1 influence for having the chairman of the dominant party, and we have 1 building tag, so we won't lose any money from that. The dominant party then becomes the ruling party, so we change the tile. And changing the tile before you remove the delegates is the more sensible option. And dominant party leader becomes chairman, and that will earn us this time 1 TR, so we get that TR back. Nice. Move the old chairman and all other delegates, and then restore the lobby so everyone's tied. Move to here. We then then move the coming global event to the current position, covering the old and adding its neutral delegate. He will go there. Moving the dominance. And we will add another neutral delegate to the greens. So this time we'll lose 4 TR minus influence. As things stand, we have 2 influence, and if we add 1 more delegate to the Calvinist party, we'll have 3, so that's fine. I should have looked at this, shouldn't I? Yeah, we knew we were going to lose an ocean, so if we just don't have oceans in play, we can't lose it. So we will have, we'll have the government do this step. We're really getting hit hard with bad events here. But that's okay. So we can't lose the ocean and then gain 1 resource per influence. That's negligible difference. This one, in a solo game, if we have 10 influence, cities and buildings, building tags, we'll get 2 TR. Or if we can get to 5, we'll gain 1 TR. 5 might be possible by the time this comes around. I think 10 is a long way away. So that won't really hurt us. That would be -1 TR. Yeah, okay. That's not terrible. Let's have a look at some new cards. We've got Bribed Committee. We could spend a total of 10, 3 to purchase the card, plus this, to get some extra income long term. Mining Expedition. We do have a source to raise the oxygen every round, so that's not a big concern. Beam from a thorium asteroid is way too expensive for us, since we're only making 10 credits per generation. And we'd already need a Jovian tag. Commercial district, it's another possibility to get a building tag and some good income. I think we'll pick this one up because we are making 2 steel every round from our steel works. So possibly just for that income, and it might be the building tag we need to get an extra TR out of this. Yeah, so we spend 3 on the commercial district. Wow, our money is low. Okay, so let's spend 4 energy to raise the oxygen and get 1 TR. And we have 9 plants, so we will spend 8 of them on placing a greenery tile. And let's go here. That gets us another auction step, and also because of the ruling party here, we will gain 4 mega credits. Fantastic. Okay, so what do we want to do next then? We could go straight for the commercial district, give ourselves that income boost. Yeah, I think that's worthwhile. So the commercial district is 16. We'll spend 8 from steel, 8 extra income there. We have to decrease our power by 1, but we'll still have just enough to keep raising the oxygen, and we gain 4 income, and we can place this tile. If we place it here, we will get 2 steel back. We want to... Oh, we didn't refill our delegate. So we can put the free delegate here to offset the TR loss. The Unity Party is going to get an extra delegate. We don't really have many bonuses for that. I don't think I'm that bothered about stopping them next time round. So rather than spending 5, put that into play. We get 1 money per heat production when the Calvinists come into play, which will only be 2 unless we get 2 more temperature steps done, which we aren't going to achieve, but let's play deep well heating for 13. We can spend 4 steel, 2, 4, 6, 7. Oh no, we can't. No, we don't have the money for that. We do peroxide power. It does decrease our money production by 1. But we'll get that 2 energy production, which is good, and it's our 3rd building tag. And then we've only got 4 credits, so we can't put another delegate out. No. That's it. So we're up to 1 income plus our 13. We'll make 14 mega credits. 2 plants, 6 energy, and 2 heat. Need to increase these tracks. World government, let's do another step for Venus. And then we decrease our TR. We have to resolve the event, which is -4 TR, but we are chairman, leader of the dominant party, and have another delegate in the dominant party. So that means we only actually lose 1 further TR. Then the dominant party becomes the ruling party. So we need to change this back to Calvinists. Oh, we didn't take 2 credits actually when the Greens came to power, did we? I did talk about why we'd do that, because we have 2 tags and we have 2 heat production. So let's get that 2 credits as well. So Calvinists become the party, gain 1 TR for that. These disappear, all the parties are tied, so the Reds will take chairmanship. Then this moves across, the Unity Party gets an additional delegate, so they are dominant. And we have Solar Flare, which is Unity Party once more. So Unity is definitely winning this time round, unless I put 4 delegates into a party. Change that. I'm not that concerned. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 piles of cards left, so we must be on there. And that Solar Flare, lose 3 mega credits for each space tag reduced by influence. Fortunately, we don't have any space tags currently. Alright, so we've got the option of... close that board. Okay, take a contract. I don't think so. Micro mills, it would cost us 6 to get that heat production, which is fine. I don't like losing the income there. We could go for this, although we won't be able to afford it for a while and we don't really need the greenery. So spending 6 for the micro mills, I'm not a huge fan of, considering the neutral tile we've got here allows us to spend 10 credits to get both heat and power. Yes. No, we won't buy any of those, I don't think. No. Okay. So in terms of our free delegate, we could get an extra resource if we put a delegate into the Unity Party. We wouldn't be the chairman of the party, but having a delegate there is 1 extra influence. We could get titanium from that, but we've got a few building tags out now. I think what we'd go for is adding a delegate to the Unity, the Mars First party, and then when they get elected, we get 1 credit per building tag. And yeah, we're currently at 3. And we've got deep well heating, which will be our 4th, so that's pretty good. Yeah, so we'll add our delegate there. Ooh. clockwise order, they should be dominant next, plus they'll get a second one, so that's fine. I'm quite tempted to fly to Io. It's currently at 10 heat, but equally Ceres is very tempting there with its 8 steel. We can't make use of 8 steel currently, but that 10 heat would give us 16, and that would be exactly what we need to do 2 temperature steps. So I think that's worth spending the money. Unfortunately, we're 1 energy away from being able to fly there using our energy, so we'll have to use 9 mega credits to fly to Io. We'll take that 10 heat, but as I just said, we'll spend this additional 6 with it instantly to just gain 1, 2 and a heat production. 2 more TR, so we're back to where we should have been at the start of a solo game. We will spend 4 energy on raising the oxygen, getting 2 steel TR. Nice. Gives us 4 and 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. We'll play the deep well heating, gets us another energy production and another temperature step. Yeah. So next generation we'll be making 7 energy. That's 3 energy we could use to fly to Ceres and take all of the steel, or draw 4 cards from Pluto, as well as still doing a auction step. The fact we're using our steelworks to get an auction bump every round does really negate the benefit with Pristar, because it's only when we don't terraform or did not gain TR during the generation, during our income there. But yeah, I think we're going to need to keep using that every generation if we're going to get up to our 14% oxygen. So that is us pretty much finished off. I think we'll just raise Venus once more. We still don't want to add the ocean until this event triggers and disappears. Our income, we're up to 16 TR plus 1, so that is 17 credits, 2 greenery, 7 heat, 7 energy and 3 heat. And then this comes back. Colonies move up, moves down, and we lose our TR at the start of this round. Perform the global event, so we'd lose an ocean, but we can't, and then gain 1 resource per influence. And we don't need, well, 1 extra greenery would let us place, 1 extra plant would let us place that greenery around sooner. Or we could take a titanium. No, let's go for the greenery. I like getting that out a little bit sooner. That's pretty good. So then the dominant party leader becomes chairman. So that is the Unity Party. The Unity Party's policy is that titanium is worth 1 mega credit more. I'm not going to make use of that. They also give a credit for every Venus, Earth, and Jovian tag, and we do not have any of those, so we're getting nothing out of this. But Mars first is the next party, and we add a delegate just to double down on that, and we reveal another upcoming event. So Mars, the Reds will get second one, and although we're both tied on 2, the Reds and Mars first will keep it. This one is 2 mega credits per Earth tag and influence. So we still don't have any Earth tags. Okay, so that's quite a nice one. Calvinists are going to get one more. But if we add, well, we've got 5 influence as things stand, which is enough for us to gain 1 TR. Yeah, I think that's all we're going to be able to achieve. Let's see what our new cards are. We have solar reflectors. Don't think we're going to need that. Space hotels. We haven't got any Earth tags. That isn't worth it. We've got pets to get a singular Earth tag, with the hope of getting space hotels out, but no, let's ignore those. All right, not the greatest there. Actually, did any of them? None of those are playable using steel. No. Okay. So what we'll look to do then, we've got enough energy, we'll spend 4 to raise the oxygen. Get that temperature step. And we'll spend our remaining 3 to fly to Pluto. And that lets us draw 4 cards. Hopefully these will be worthwhile. 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got self-replicating robots, which is pretty good for a very expensive card. Fuel factory. Floater leasing, if you have a lot of floaters. Martian zoo. When you play an Earth tag, add an animal. And then every animal placed here gets you a credit. So we have all of these cards. We might get more Earth tags out, but at the very least, because of viral enhancers, we could always add 1 animal onto this when we play it because of this tag. So we can use it every generation for at least 1 mega credit. Playing it with some steel. Fuel factory we can play with steel, but this is unlikely to be useful. Self-replicating robots, we could look to build up and get Atmoscoop nice and cheap. We do have 2 science tags out in play, so that's pretty useful. So we do still need a 3rd science tag to play Atmoscoop, but there's no huge rush for that. So let's spend 7 on these self-replicating robots. So we place a card from our hand here and put 2 resources on it. So we're putting Atmoscoop with it with 2 resources. That is our action on that card for the round. What we can do in subsequent rounds then is double the amount of resources on it. And each of those resources reduces the cost when we do choose to play that card by 1. So since that card can build up for a few generations without worrying, that should save us a good amount of money. And I believe you can, after you've played a card with that effect, as the action it says to reveal a card from hand and place it here, and then you can play that card as if from your hand. So if we do get Atmoscoop out in a few generations time, we'll have the opportunity to get another card underneath there, building up once more. Okay, so we've done our energy use. We've got 4 building tags out. What should we do beyond that? We haven't placed a free delegate this round, so we could go for, let's go for the greens, and we'll pay 5 mega credits to place another delegate here. And doing this, by having 2, we outnumber any other party. So this neutral delegate is kicked out and one of our delegates becomes party chairman. This actually moves dominance round. Mars first will continue then for next round. Yeah, that's okay. That doesn't completely ruin our chances. We're going to place a greenery tile next generation, so having the greens in power for that will get us that extra money, those extra 4 credits. And yeah, I think we'll end the round there. We could play Fuel Factory, get that titanium production, but since it loses us an energy, and we're at 7, so we can do a nice flying and oxygen step combo, I'd prefer to hold off. We can get the 10 steel from Ceres that's built up. We can get the zoo out. We can play Fuel Factory for free. That's pretty useful. Okay, so at the end of our round then, we are on 16 TR plus 1, so we make 17 mega credits, 2 greenery, 7 energy, and 3 heat. Fly the ship back. 1, 2, and that's at maximum. And the world government can place its first ocean. Yes, pretty good. Happy with that. So then we're going to lose 1 TR, but when we perform the current event, we're actually at 6 influence, 4 because of our building tags, or rather we have 4 building tags plus 2 influence, 1 for the leader in the dominant party and 1 for a delegate in the dominant party. So that 6 points gets us 1 extra TR, so that cancels that loss out. The dominant party changes. The greens once again come to power, which makes sense when we're looking to terraform. And with that, every plant, microbe and animal tag gets us a credit, so we have 2 of those for 2 credits. We will gain 1 extra TR as our party leader becomes chairman. Nice. And dominant shifts. Yes, restore the lobby, so we get one over here. And move this across. So we add one delegate into the Calvinists. I love their little ties on these figures. I'm sure it's not possible to see it on the camera, but they do look cute. And we add one more back to the Greens. And the new event is Pandemic, so you lose 3 mega credits for each building tag. Ouch. And pretty well timed for the current situation. I do hope everyone is staying safe and at home. Don't go spreading it around. It is bad out there. Okay, so we are on to the next generation. See what our new hand of cards are. Got the potential of local heat trapping. We can get 2 animals out of this, which we could put on our Martian zoo, and those would be worth 2 credits every time we activate it. So that's pretty nice. Remove a microbe from any card, add one here. It is only worth points, so that's not worth doing. Requires that you are chairman, remove any non-leader delegate. So that could have us swing a party of our choice into power. Pretty happy with Mars first being in power, and if the Reds do take over next, that's not awful either, so I'm not worried about that. Martian survey. Just draw some cards. No. Let's take local heat trapping. We've got 5 sets of cards left, so plus this generation 6 times we could activate having those 2 extra animals with Martian Zoo. That'd be 12 credits for the cost of 4. Yeah, I like that plan. So we'll spend 3 credits there. What we'll do first of all, as always, we're spending all our heat, so we get 2 steel, raise the oxygen, which raises the temperature, which gets us a heat production, and that is 2 TR. And then we are flying. Yes, we're flying to Ceres and picking up that 10 steel. So with lots of steel here, there's no real problem with us spending 6 of it on a Martian zoo. Which gets an animal on it because of the viral enhancers we played, and we'll spend 1 credit to get those 2 animals from local heat trapping. We can double the amount of resources on our replicating robot, so that could be a 4 credit discount. Let's see. Yeah, we'll spend another 3 steel, so 6 mega credits on the fuel factory. Decreases our power, and we get some titanium and money production. At the moment, all of the colonies are fairly low, so you probably don't need to be flying over there, so it's not too much of a problem with that. We were just worried about the pandemic, -3 for every building tag, but that's a maximum of 5, And that would actually be our 6th building tag we've just played, so it doesn't even make the pandemic any worse. Okay, so we've still got our neutral delegates. We don't have any space tags in play, so this effect isn't a problem. Equally, we don't actually have any Earth tags in place, so this doesn't help us. Really, this one, which is a few turns away, that would be gearing towards. So what I might do is actually put my free delegate into the scientist party. No one's been in there yet, but if we can get a second delegate in there, we'll be able to play this research card, and that will allow us to build out our Atmos scoop. We have 8 plants, so we're going to go ahead and place them down. But before we do, put those back. We could do a standard project for an ocean. I think that's probably worthwhile. That will increase the money we'll get back. So we spend 18, get 2 credits back. We'll place this ocean here. 2 credits and 1 plant. And then we'll spend 8 plants for greenery tile, which we'll place here for 2 plants. 4 mega credits. That increases the oxygens. We've done 1 oxygen step and 1 ocean. 2 more TR. Nice. 5. We have 12 mega credits left. Yes. We've still got our action. We can use our Martian Zoo. That gets us another 3 mega credits. So with 15, let's spend everything to increase Venus 1 more step. 1 more TR. I'll be very happy when we start coming along the top of the board. Decrease my arm stretch. But that Venus step also gets us a card. Space elevator. Nice. We could start converting some of our steel just into cold hard credits. All right, we are. Oh no, we're not out. 2, 4, 6, 8. We have 8 heat as well. So no reason not to. 1 more temperature step. There we go. So we're starting to tick along. We're getting our income up a little bit quicker now. Yeah, it's not looking awful. Let's do our end of turn then. We're at 23 plus 2, so that's 25. 1 titanium, 2 plants, 6 energy, 4 heat. The world government. What should we have them do? I think let's do a Venus step. Although it's fairly cheap to do Venus, if you place an ocean next to another ocean, it's only 16 compared to 15 for Venus, so it's not a huge difference. Plus, placing the ocean, we're generally going to get better benefits, so it kind of pays for itself in that regard. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So we're going to lose a TR, but because we're about to become chairman, I'm not going to lean over there. We just count that as cancelling each other. The event has no effect on us because we have no space tags at all. So then dominant party changes. It's going to go to the Mars first party. And this is where we get our TR back, because our party leader becomes chairman. So that's a TR for us. And the Reds become the dominant party. Mars first coming into power also reward you with a credit for every building tag. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fantastic. And their reward is when in power, every time you place a tile, gain a steel. Okay. So then we restore the lobby. We need 1 delegate back. Unity party, get a neutral delegate. And we reveal 1 more event. Cloud Societies. So it's another delegate for the Unity party. And this is add a floater to each card that can collect floaters. Add 1 floater for each influence to a card. Okay, that's quite nice, but we haven't received any cards really that would benefit with floaters, so we're not going to get. There we go. Get or lose anything from that. But Unity is quite close to coming back into power, which we don't really want. Let's see what we draw then. So we've got ecology research. Increase plant production 1 step for each colony you own. Add an animal to another card and 2 microbes to another card. And it's got a lot of tags up there. That's quite nice, but we don't have any colonies. And that reminds me, I didn't move colonies up. Sponsored Mohole. If the Calvinists come into power, which is certainly possible. If we added 2 delegates to the Calvinist party, we could get them into power. Small animals and herbivores. So only whether we want sponsored moholes. We could play it using steel. How is our heat is lagging. Yeah, let's spend 3 on sponsored moholes. Hopefully the Calvinists get back into power. Fantastic. Let's start by placing our free delegate into the scientist party. With 2 delegates there, we can spend 3 on supported research and draw 2 cards. And we've got then also geothermal power and dusk laser mining. That's quite nice. A net income, basically. We've got the science tags. Okay. So we're going to spend 4 energy to raise the oxygen, getting 2 steel and a TR. And what are we going to look to achieve? If we're going to want to fly somewhere soon, we're going to need to increase our power production back up. Equally, we've got the space elevator. We have 14 credits worth here, but we'd want to spend maybe 12. Sorry, excuse me. Cough. We'd want to spend maybe 12, and then it would cost us 15 to also use the space elevator and get that out into play. We can start converting steel into money. If we're going to do that, we're better off getting more titanium though. So let's use this. We'll spend 1 titanium as 3, plus that 5 mega credit. We lose 1 energy, gain 1 titanium production, and 4 titanium. We can then play space elevator. We have 12, 24. So we only need to spend 3 more mega credits on the space elevator. And that allows us to activate it and exchange this 1 steel for 5 mega credits. That's pretty useful. We use our self-replicating robots. So they are up to 8 credit discount on the Atmos scoop. And how much do we have left? Okay, I'd quite like to not have the reds come into power. If the reds come into power, every time you do a TR step, you have to pay an extra 3 money to achieve it. Stopping them in coming to power, we would have to either spend 5 credits to make the scientists come into power, which is pretty good. Or we could look at getting the Calvinists into power, which would cost us 10. But then we'd be able to play sponsored Mohole as well, and that would get us 2 credits back out of it. We don't have any steel this time round. Maybe we go for the scientists this time, and then we'll have an extra steel we can use towards it next time. Yeah, so let's spend 5, place yet another delegate into the scientist party, take control. Actually, if we spend 5 on Calvinists, as it moves round, they would be the next party anyway, so that saves us 5 credits. And we choose for the next 2 rounds. We do still have 1 action we can use. We've got our Martian zoo with 3 animals, so that gets us 3 credits. And let's get ourselves into a position where we can trade next time round, unless we really want that 1 terraform step achieved. Now let's get ready for trading. We've got geothermal power, we'll spend 11 and get that 2 energy back. We could sell floater leasing since we're not going to use it to get dominance in the Calvinist party. But if another delegate does get placed in the Calvinists, Actually, yeah, let's do it, because then if the Reds or Unity or Calvinists were to get a delegate when we reveal a new event, we'd have to spend even more, and having the chairman for the extra influence would save us money here. So we'll sell this one card for 1 credit and spend 4 to take control. It's still going to be the scientists who are in power this time. Although we could have done that in a different order. And had Calvinists out for next round. But that's fine. We've still got 2 delegates in the Calvinist party, so whether they were in charge or not, we're going to get this out into play. So yeah, that's not a problem. And that is the end of our round. So our income, we're on 24 plus 2, so we're going to take 26 mega credits. No steel, 2 titanium, 2 plants. We're back at 7 energy and 4 heat. I use a little cube on each of my action cards, so I've just cleared those off. Increase colonies. The world government, yeah, they'll do Venus again. Perfect. So we're going to lose a TR, but we're also going to become chairman, so that will cancel. We'll gain 2 mega credits per Earth tag plus influence. We don't have any Earth tags, but we do have 3 influence. 1, we're chairman, 1, we're leader of the dominant party, and 1, we have a delegate in the dominant party. So we will get 6 mega credits. Then dominant party becomes ruling party, so scientists. Their tile here, you have an action you can do once per generation. Spend 10 credits to draw 3. Draw 3 cards, which is pretty good. Dominance moves around. And the scientists, when they come to power, you get 1 credit per science tag, and we have 1, 2, 3. Nice. We've restored the lobby, moved dominance. So move this, and Mars first gets a delegate, and Mars first gets a delegate. Gain 1 steel for each steel production. Well, unfortunately, our steel doesn't come from steel production. Okay. So we've got 8 heat that we could get from IO, as well as this. So we could get 2 temperature steps, but we'd spend 3 heat to get it, so effectively we're only gaining 5 heat from it. So I think we'd let IO build up a little more. Oh, we haven't looked at our cards. So we get 4 more cards. There's only 3 more piles of cards set out, so we are running quite close to the end. Spend 2 money to gain a floater to any card. 8 steel to place an ocean. So this will cost us 21 to take it to play the card, and then we could get 8, 16, 24, 32 for 4 oceans. So that's what, 60, 65 credits for 4 oceans is cheaper. Ooh, house printing. No, a steel at this point isn't worth it. Let's take Aqua for pumping. The thermophiles we'd get a free microbe on it. So one turn, a second turn we get the temperature out. We wouldn't have enough turns to use it twice, but it would be 12 credits for one temperature step. Still a slightly better exchange rate. Is it worthwhile? No, let's keep hold of our money. But we will buy aquifer pumping. I think if we can maximize this and get the 4 oceans out from it, be well worth the amount we spend on it. So 1 card for 3. Let's start off by spending our 4 energy to get 2 steel and raise the oxygen level for TR, and we will spend 8 heat to raise the temperature, 1 TR, and we will double on our replicating robots, so they are up to 16 credit reduction. As an effect, cards here can be played as if from hand with its cost reduced by the number of resources on it. So we'll play Atmos Scoop. Let's say it's got 16 resources on it, plus 6 from our titanium is 22. We can't use the floaters, but we'll take those 2 Venus steps. 1, 2, and we get an extra TR, so we will actually get 3. 1, 2, 3 steps there. Let's just moves the bottom of the lobby. That's better. Okay. We want to use our space elevator. We can change 1 steel for 5 credits. And we will spend 18, so that's 2 plus an extra 16 aquifer pumping, which lets us spend 8 money on placing an ocean. 2, 4, 6, 7, perfect. So let's place an ocean here. We get 1 greenery and 2 mega credits, 1 TR. So now we have 2, 4, 6, 8. We will place another greenery here to raise the oxygen, 1 TR. Get 4 mega credits. So we could spend 18 on an ocean and get 2 credits back, but I want to play sponsored mole while we've got 2 delegates in the Calvinist party to get 2 heat. So let's spend 4, 5 for 2 heat production. We still have a member in the lobby, so who would we benefit from coming into power? We've got a lot of building tags. Let's add our delegate to the Mars First party. We probably won't be able to take control of that party, but at least we can get them to come into power next. And currently we've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 building tags. That will get us 10 credits as well. Fantastic. So 14 money. Let's go for it and spend that on a temperature bump. So up to 32 TR. Okay. So world government, they can do Venus. Our income, we are at 32 plus 2, so 34. 2 titanium, 2 greenery, 7 energy and 6 heat. We'll raise these colonies. We don't have any we had one more action we could do, actually we didn't, which was to get 3 credits from the Martian Zoo. So definitely want to do that. That's why I like to have a cube set aside. Just as I was about to reset them, I noticed I had one I hadn't used, and it reminded me to go ahead and do it. So we've done the world government, we've moved the colonies, so we're going to lose 1 TR, but again we're going to become chairman, so we'll ignore that. What we do have to do is lose 3 mega credits for each building tag, up to a maximum of 5, which is then reduced by influence. So we're definitely at 5, but we've got 3 influence, so we just have to lose 6 mega credits. Okay. Then dominant party becomes chairman. This is where we get our TR back. Form policy change. So Calvinists are back in control. He can go to the lobby there, becomes chairman, and they disappear. So then Mars First have got 3 delegates. They would be next. We then move Cloud Societies over, and Mars First will get 1 more. Sorry, not Mars First. The Reds will get 1 more. And the first neutral delegate for the Scientist Party. This is quite good. Will it trigger? Yeah. I think this might be the last one that triggers. We get 2 heat steps. I really hope that happens. Yeah, it's a shame that didn't come earlier. Heat production per influence and 2 free steps. That's really nice. That would have made up for the TR we lost right at the start. Okay, so let's have a look at another set of 4 cards. Magnetic Field Dome. Gain a TR, spend energy for plant production. Not so bothered by that. Carbonate Processing, a heat production. That's probably worth it. Oof, and nuclear power, spend money to get energy production. And indentured workers. It only saves you 5 money, but we are pretty tight. We've definitely got the oxygen under control. We're guaranteed we're going to reach that, so that's okay. Oceans, we've got 3 more placed plus 1 for the temperature, so we only have to buy 2 with standard projects if we don't draw a decent card. Temperature is going to be our issue. We're getting 6 heat per round. That's only going to get us a couple more steps. We're going to have to buy a lot here, and those Venus steps. So we don't need the magnetic field dome because that loses our energy and turns it into plants, which we aren't going to need. I think we'll take... Oh, I didn't give us money. When the Calvinists come into power, we did get 6 money because we've got 6 heat production. Yeah, I think we'll buy these 3 cards because I think we're very close to not finishing the game. It only saves us 5 mega credits, but for the loss of a point. If we still win the game, that's fine with me. Not hugely about points in a solo game. So yeah, we need to spend 9 mega credits for these. Nice. So we'll start off, we can spend 4 energy using our steelworks, get 2 steel, raise the oxygen, get a TR, and we have 8 heat. We can raise the temperature, get a TR. We're going to convert 1 steel into 5 credits with the space elevator, and then spend 2 plus 6 on placing an ocean. Go here, we get 2 mega credits back and a TR. Nice. So then we know Mars first are going to come into power next. We really don't want the reds coming into power, particularly when we're going to start having to buy a lot of standard projects. So we could buy a few delegates into the Unity party, but no, I don't really care for the greens either, because we're not going to place a lot of greenery tiles, so that's not hugely beneficial. And we haven't got a huge amount of tags for them either. We've only got, only got the 3 tags. We've got 3 tags now. I think I'm more tempted to spend our free worker here and an extra 2 for 10 mega credits to get the Calvinists back into power, because we've got carbonite processors, which is going to give us 3 heat production back. The Calvinists are in power now, so we could buy a heat production, although actually I don't think that's worth it at this point, but we'll be up to 9 heat production, so that almost pays for the delegates we've just placed. So we'd get these cards out. We're going to play indentured workers for the nuclear power, so that only costs 2 and 6 here, so 8 in total for these 3 cards. 2, 4, 6, 8. And the overall effect of that is we lose 2 money, gain 3 power. Then we lose a power, gain 3 heat, and we've lost a point. Okay. So we've got no cards in hand again. We do have enough energy to fly, but we'll save that and we will just spend an action at the Martian Zoo to gain 3 mega credits. We then have 14, which we'll use for a temperature step. The Martian Zoo, I love the card. It's the one card where I wish we had Miranda, the colony here. We did have a choice of it at the start, but for a solo game it's really not normally worth it. But if you can just keep adding animals onto that Martian Zoo card, you can get a huge extra boost to your income. But with how large a stack of standard project, or the project cards are now, there's no way you could account for it, so can't kick ourselves too much on that one. We could still trade, but we won't, so we'll end the generation here. Our income is back down to 0, but we're up to 36 TR, 2 titanium, 2 plants, and 9. Nice. So we're only 2 oceans away from being able to finish those. So let's increase Venus. We might get a project card that lets us place some oceans cheaper. Increase the trade. So we want to come to Io this time because it's at its maximum of 13. And we'll have a look. So we're not going to become chairman this time, so we will have to lose 1 TR and affect this. So we've got nowhere we can place floaters, so we'll ignore that. Dominant party changes, so Mars first take over, and we get 1 mega credit per building tag. So that is now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 mega credits back for Mars first. Excellent. Dominance has shifted back to the Calvinists because they're next clockwise. And we will add 1 neutral delegate back onto Mars first. Move this across. And the Calvinists get the neutral delegate. Okay. Lose 2 floaters or 10 mega credits. A bit painful. As I say, with only 2 turns left, probably not going to come into effect. So these are our penultimate project cards. We have grass. Nope. Acquired company. So it would get us another animal in the zoo because it's an earth tag. But for the cost, basically 13 for that money production, at this point it's not worth it. Great Dam. That energy isn't going to have many turns where it can convert. Couple of options to get other cards, but for 12 money, just to play this, there'd have to be a fantastic card to warrant spending that much for the saving. So no, we won't buy any of these. There's some good cards, but just not in our situation. Okay, so let's start with our standard 4 energy, 2 steel. Get the last oxygen step done, the TR here, and then spending 1 of these steel to get 5 credits, and then spending this plus 6 to place an ocean. And that gets us 2 greenery, 2 credits, and a TR. Let's tidy that up. Okay. We are unfortunately 1 heat away from doing 2 temperature steps, but we're going to spend 3 energy to fly to Io and get the 13 heat. And we can then spend 24 heat, 24, to do 3 temperature steps. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Nice. We'll put our delegate into Mars first. And we could guarantee they'll be next if we spent 10 mega credits on it, which would basically pay for itself with our building tags. So let's go for that. We've then got more delegates here than the neutrals, so we become party leader, which is worthwhile of itself as well. We'll spend 28 to get 2 change. The 2 temperature steps, 1, 2. Let's place an ocean, so 1, 2, 3 TR effectively. And let's go for a couple of cards. Hopefully we get something good. We've got Convoy from Europa, which is pretty nice. And Market Manipulation. Increase one colony track, decrease another. So we could use that to manipulate IO slightly higher for an extra heat, perhaps. But Convoy from Europa, we do have 12. Oh, we should have got 2 steel as well, with the Mars first party tile out here. We've placed 2 tiles on Mars, so we get 2 steel. But we have 12 money in titanium, so we'll spend an extra 3 place to play Convoy from Europa. Gets us an ocean tile, which can go, let's go for another card. Gets us a TR and 1 more steel for that placement bonus. So we're going to draw 2 cards actually, 1 from the card and 1 from our placement bonus. We have titanium mine and energy tapping. Okay, so we could play titanium mine. We've got 6 steel, but it's not really worth it. We are going to have a fair amount of steel next generation actually, because we've got 2 influence here. So it's whether we gamble on needing the titanium. I don't think it's worth it. We've only got 8 mega credits left. We could place an ocean, but let's hold on to our money. Yeah, and we'll see what comes out next round. Actually, we'll use market manipulation now because it has an earth tag. It will get us 1 extra credit from the Martian Zoo. We'll pay 1 credit to play it. We will increase Io and decrease Pluto. And then we can use the Martian Zoo, and effectively that card was free. But we've got Io's heat slightly higher in case we're going to need that next generation, which is the final generation, so very much may well be needed. Okay, so we'll have the world government do Venus, move these tracks up. I've definitely not kept track on here correctly. We should be on to our 12th and final generation. We are on naught, we're on 44 income. Yeah, so unfortunately this event won't happen, will it? Because you check. Yeah, check for the game end. Then you'd do the world government. Then colony, then turmoil. So annoyingly, we're not even going to get this step. Yeah, that's a real shame. We could have done with that, I think. Oof. Okay. we're making 2 titanium, 2 plants. Nine energy and 9 heat. World government, we will lose a TR, but we're about to gain a TR. So I'll leave that. We've got 2 influence, so we get 2 steel. So that Calvinists come to power. And the money that we spent on delegates to make Mars first come next was wasted. Actually, I should have calculated that. So we didn't need to spend 10 money over there. But we're going to get our 1 TR back. And with the Calvinists coming into power, we will gain 9 money. Okay, so we need some very nice cards in our final hand of projects here. We have Media Group, cheaper Venus tags. Nope, nope, nope. Okay, so nothing. No, nothing that we can use with those. Okay. So let's think this through. We've got to spend we've got 8 money in steel to place an ocean. So we can place that one for free, basically. That's fine. So we're going to need to spend 18 on an ocean, or 16 once we get the money back. So 16 on an ocean. We've got only 1 temperature step, but we could get another one by flying to Io, but we'd still have to spend 28 over there. And then we need well, we can get 5 credits from Steelworks. So we need 60 credits to terraform Venus. Ouch. So we've only got 25, 29. If we get our money from the Martian Zoo, we've got 2 cards in hand we can sell, will be 31. So we will be 2 steps away from finishing, which, you know, I'm not pointing fingers. Yeah, let's sell these 2 cards for 2 credits. Okay, so we definitely aren't achieving it with what we have here. Let's place our greenery first of all, because we can place a greenery here and draw a card. Doesn't help us. We'll sell that for a credit. And I think we'll then have to spend 3 energy flying to Pluto to draw 3 cards instead, and hope that they offer us something better. Does mean we're going to lose out on 1 temperature step, but if we aren't completing it anyway. What is it without a gamble? Heavy taxation doesn't help. Comet, okay. We've got these 2 cards, but they're going to be no use to us. So let's, yeah, sell both of those for 2 credits. Has Comet saved us? Probably not. I've got 6 and 15. Replace the ocean. And get 2 mega credits. 2 plants. And raise the temperature. I think I've picked up 4 credits from the zoo, haven't I already? Fairly certain I did, but just haven't marked it. So we've got 8 heat here. Frustrating to be one away. So that's another TR. And what do we say? 28. Those 2 remaining steps, which we're going to have to buy because this won't trigger. Oh, I didn't move these over. Yeah, 2 heat there, and we've got 4 Venus steps we need to purchase. Got 2. Yeah, 2 steps there. Oops, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that is all we can do. We have exhausted every possibility and come up just short. If I had not spent 10 credits last turn on placing those 2 delegates, we would have been 1 step away. Yeah, I think just those early painful steps, losing our TR, lost all our heat, we lost some TR, really slowed us down just enough, and if this had come out 1 card sooner, we would have done it. So at least we were there or thereabouts. If I'd calculated the steps here, we would have been 1 away. But otherwise, pretty reasonable. We're up to 52 TR. We've got a few points from cards, I think, but not a huge amount. So definitely nothing that's going to be setting any high scores. Did we? I think there was a couple, weren't there? I'm looking now. Yeah, 1 point on Atmos Scoop. 1 for our adjacency to a city. 2 for Space Elevator. 1 for the zoo. And then -1 for indentured workers. So another 4 points there. 4 greenery. So only 60. Pretty poor going, but hopefully that's given you a bit of an idea of how the Turmoil expansion changes things. Definitely with the extra government board it builds up. Even in a solo game, you can see there's quite a few neutral delegates out here. By the end, we were having to spend a fair bit of influence to dictate it in the direction we wanted. But those little bonuses as well that it gives you, the extra credits for particular resource production or types of tags, does help balance it. I think really our problem came right from the start with Pristar losing those 2 TR steps. When you only start with a solo game at 14 and then -2 income because of Turmoil and then -2 here, it's just too low an income. Well, saying that, we were only 2 steps away, so really close. But yeah, having 10 income those first few turns were painful. But cheers for joining us for this one, and hopefully see you soon. Take care, and bye for now.